Hello, it's me, Annalisa, with my spiritual friend. I hope everybody's doing well. Let me just make a list quick. It's Sunday, June 25th. I had strep throat last weekend. Took me a little bit to get over it, and then there was some other sinus infection or whatever that went along with it. So I still have a little bit of congestion. It is again what it is. I hope everybody is doing well. Hi, Ashley. So Ashley sent me, okay, I got this new background thing and I ordered a second one after I ordered the first one. I didn't realize they were different. And I have to point it out because it's annoying the crap out of me. So I guess I noticed it. I have to go get little pieces of wood or slats or something to match that. And then I'm going to start hanging like either more little plants or pictures or whatever. I don't know, just a different background than the blue one. And I thought I can use this to like cover up the millions of doors I have if you've been with me for a while. Just something different to look at. What else is new? Nothing's new. Nothing is new other than school is out. My kindergartner had her graduation. Ashley sent me a really cool, so 2 weeks ago, brain fart. She asked about her boss and I said somehow, I don't know, I see him like leaving or looking for somebody to take over for him. And she sent me this, bada bing, bada boom. And somebody paid for a new reading. So I just want to see. I've got Jennifer. Oh, Nicole. Okay, I've got you, Nicole. I'll add you to the list. So let me find your letter so I can I read it, Ashley? Is it okay? It wasn't super personal, but it was very validating. So if you go back and watch the last live I did. So she said, where did you write this? Excuse me. Come on, friend. Where are you? There you are. Okay. OMG. Last week you told me, that's what she started with. OMG. Last week you told me about my boss secretly planning something behind the scenes. You said that he might be hiring someone to replace himself and that you see him being there less time. I didn't see how that was happening because he was complaining about money and he's not really paying us what he should be paying us. Just a little while ago, I received an email from I'm guessing it's him, and it says from Indeed, and he is definitely looking for someone to replace himself. At first, I was worried about it being to replace me or the other English teacher, but he's looking for a French teacher to teach the primary class. So it would be himself that he's replacing, since I teach the English part. I counted up the hours that he teaches, and it matches. I sent the job listing to my friend who works there, but it isn't staying on with us. And she pointed out that he's offering this person a permanent part-time contract, where he's only offering temporary full-time contracts to me and the other teacher. Also, I did get my visa appointment last week, just the last live video you told me 2 weeks ago, and that I would get the appointment the next week when you told me to go and ask, but still try online. My appointment is on September 20th. Just wanted to update you. Hello, Jennifer. So yay, I was right. And so sometimes I say things. I remember that live about the boss's absence. You mentioned how neat is that? It's really neat to get that validation. So I know sometimes I say things that sound kind of crazy. And you're like, there's just no way. I can't see how that happens. I'm telling you, I get stuff when I've gotten readings. I'm like, someone told me once I'd quit drinking coffee. And I was like, you're fucking crazy because coffee's my friend. And that, I mean, she's somebody who I respect. I was like kind of joking around with her. Cough drop. So sorry if that's going to rattle around and bother you, but to get me through being able to talk, that was the way I have to do this. And the grass pollen is really not helping me out much. So anyway, I'm super excited because those validations are helpful. Oh, I forgot to put my watch on. Oh, well, I'll be naked today. My grandma used to say, Like she was a redhead, and so she had like no eyebrows, which I kind of have very light colored eyebrows. If I don't wear anything on them, I look like I have none. But she would never go anywhere without eyelashes, and she put on fake eyelashes every single day. And then she wore, hi, Norma. Oh, Norma, you're here. You can ask your question today. You can ask your question. Anyway, so she would say if she didn't have her earrings on or her lashes on, she was naked. Weird. I don't know. I think it's a weird angle making my face look really round. So we'll see how long I last today. So let's get started while I still have a voice. Meg, if you want to go first. Oh, please don't ever apologize for sending long emails. I think it's fine. I read them. Sometimes some of you email me, like Devery emailed me in the last week or so, and I've just not been feeling well. So and then still having to do, hi Linda. I was so excited to see that you had a question today. I actually when I was drawing the name for the person who got a free question, your name kind of came, like as I was counting through. There's easier ways to do it when I do it on my computer, but I was doing it on my iPad, so I had to count through instead of just, whatever. And I saw your name. I was like, oh, hi, Julia. Oh, big horse show. What do you own horses, I guess? Anyway, I was still doing mom things like Girl Scout. Monday we had a Girl Scout pool party, and then Friday my little one had a Girl Scout party at this place called Funplex, which is like an indoor amusement park that's really loud. And then 2 birthday parties yesterday. So, yeah. All right. So, Meg, are you here? Did you ask your question? Oh, see, now you can't even see when I move the camera this way, you can't even see that they're different. You have 6 horses? Oh my God. So since you have 6 horses, I'm going to tell you this and you're going to think it's weird, but after I got a bunny, I realized that horses are a lot like bunnies. How can you compare a horse and a bunny? Well, first of all, like have you ever, they do zoomies the way bunnies do, and it's like binkies. Like when horses do those like little jumps and things, they remind me of bunnies doing binkies. I don't know if you know what binkies are, like funny little bunny jumps. And obviously they can't throw up the way bunnies can't throw up. But they have like very similar energies, which you wouldn't think so given like the size difference and stuff. But I don't know. They remind me of giant bunnies. Cows kind of do too in a way, but more so horses. Only bunnies are sort of quieter. Anyway. Okay. If Meg isn't here, if Regine, I think you're here. I don't know if someone wants to, who's on the list? There you are, dear. My sister and I are to set up a chiropractic office. How do I see that going for you? I don't think it's just going to be a chiropractic office. So it might be like a multi-practitioner office where you have other, so there might be, right, there's going to be the chiropractic section, but there may also be an aspect of having acupuncture and like a massage or something or another. And maybe that's why I kept seeing with you. Was that with you? I kept seeing like a basket and a really interior homey feeling. So maybe the office has more of like a more dimly lit, more interior, like almost like a home-like feeling. But I don't think it's just straight chiropractic. No, I just feel like you're offering different modalities besides chiropractics. And I swear to God, if you have a basket as decor, you have to show me a picture of it. Because this forever with you when you've asked me about what I'm gonna, like, I kept seeing a basket. Um, so I see primarily a female doctor, but I also see maybe there might be a male, either training or part-time, because I see her standing forward and him back. Light 777. I don't know if you've paid for a question. There was one person that I sent an email to that got a free question. Um, but I'm not, did you pay? Hi, Cindy. How are you? Please hit the like button if you're on here. I don't get a lot of traffic here anymore. It really is just my followers. And I have Aura. I have a payment for Aura. I'm okay, Cindy. I'm just getting over, it was like strep throat, and I don't know, morphed into something else. I don't know if it was strep throat or I just got two different things at once, but it was like a sinusy infection thing. And it's lots of coughing, lots of, ugh, but I'm on antibiotics. So anyway, and I'm trying not to have my voice crack. So, okay. So Regine, I do feel like it will, but I feel like, again, it's like, it'll be a female, more so primarily, with a male kind of in the background. Again, I don't know if he's part-time or training or what. Oh, poor Eli. Um, they're talking about something in 6 months, Regine. I do. Um, there's also going to be a nutrition aspect to this. So whoever you hire ends up being also focused on nutrition being a big thing. So she may not be the person who does like the other modalities, but there's something extra to it. It's not just, it doesn't feel just like chiropractic. Okay. Meg, are you here? Linda, I've got a couple people on the list here. Linda's here. You're very welcome, Regine. So this is kind of cute. This is along the witchy lines while we're waiting for somebody to ask a question. Meg, if you're here, you want to ask your question. If not, Linda, you can go ahead and go. Light 777, did you pay for a question? It's $12 a question, and 30% I donate to the Community Food Bank of New Jersey every week. Can you give me the name of the person that you're having a hard time? Okay, Cindy, I got you. I'll add your name to the list. Yeah. Oh, yes, Norma. Absolutely. Sorry, dear. Okay, it's our turn. Okay, got it. I thought that's who it was. I just wasn't sure. All right, let's look at it. Here, we'll delete his name so you can have your privacy. Oh, where's my, oh, there it is. My rock is in my hand. Okay. So I'm asking, and the first thing I keep like get is that it's not a block, first of all. Um, and that's probably just semantics more than anything. Um, it's it's more of so let me tell you the next thing I'm seeing. So I'm seeing like very clearly, I almost feel like I'm in this for real myself. Is when there's a really bad storm and you're standing on you can stand on a porch or just right at the glass and you're just in it and there's a lot of fear around being in this storm. So you can't see outside of it. It's just the rain. It's just the driving rain and the wind. And there's no like it's raining so hard you can't see maybe more than 50 feet away. Like it's just that hard. So there is a lot of like fear around what is this going to look like when this is over? What damage am I going to be left with? So it's not necessarily it's not necessarily that you're blocked from being able to let him go. It's more so that that fear of knowing what life is after letting him go will be like is so subconscious and deep that it's maintaining this connection. So it's like a lot of people who have addiction issues, and not to minimize what they're experiencing, but I had a conversation with someone once and I was like, your behavior when you drink is such that it's people don't like being around you. Um, like it's a lot. And this person said to me, I can't imagine my life without this though. Like I don't know how to do my life without alcohol. So it's that idea of like, even though this isn't great for you to hold on to this and maintain it, it's the not knowing how to do with it. So it's do your life without this connection. So in having that deep seated thing there, that's what's keeping you from. So it's not a block, it's maintaining a psychic connection. It's maintaining that cord. So perhaps this is what they're telling me now. It would be best for you to approach it as there's a really good energetic way of releasing where it's like, it's okay to be with him. It's okay not to be with him. It's okay to be in love with him. It's okay not to be in love with him. It's okay to like him. It's okay not to like him. It's okay to hate him. It's okay not to hate him. It's okay to have a relationship with him. It's okay not to have a relationship, where you sort of neutralize it, because sometimes we think, and I can use this as an example of where this really worked for me when I was trying to get pregnant and I was having a hard time. And it turns out through meditations and then through confirmation from somebody else after I'd had these meditations and didn't tell them about it. They were like, hey, I think this happened to you. I had to be like, it's okay to be a mom. It's okay not to be a mom. It's okay to be pregnant. It's okay not to be pregnant. Like, to sort of, because the truth is it's okay for you to have a life with this man, and it's okay not to have it. Like, you will be okay without that. Like, it's okay to not be married. It's okay to be married. It's okay to be all these things. And like, when we take the energy out of that, it allows us to move forward in an easier way. It allows us to do that release a little bit easier. Saying that it's okay and it's not okay does not mean that you haven't had loss and grief over this relationship not working out the way you wanted. The other part of maintaining that connection too is the loss of hope, right? And sometimes hope is so powerful. And if you lose that hope, that sometimes can be more devastating than like the actual act of it. And they say, we want to reassure you that you are going to be okay. And we want you to not judge yourself for having to go through it this way, or it taking the time that it's taking, and not to judge that about yourself, that it's all the process and it's okay no matter how it happens. You aren't, there's nothing wrong with you. You aren't broken. I don't know why that Maya Angelou poem, Phenomenal Woman, just popped in my brain, and I can't even remember it. I used to know it almost by heart. Let me see who else. Oh, Joanne. I don't know what your screen name is. I've got you on the list. There's nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you at all. I think people so much want to compartmentalize and make grief and loss fit into this like perfect little box in a greeting card, and it doesn't. And just because one person can walk away from something very quickly and easily doesn't mean that you should also do that. Feelings make no sense whatsoever. Just like intuition, they aren't logical. But if you honor them, they'll bring you gifts. Wisdom, patience, peace. I'm just asking what you need to know, what might be helpful other than that other information. So it's really just that you're hanging on, that you have to choose to let go. And it's scary letting go and knowing that I'm going to be okay when I let go of this rope. the universe has me. I'm going to be caught. I'm not falling into like total oblivion. Um, it, it's this idea like you're not losing anything by letting go. And not to like diminish that, but they're just sort of saying like in in holding on, you end up losing yourself. Hang on, let me just see. I think you should look up Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou and just read that poem because it is a very empowering poem. Okay. All right. Meg, are you here? If not, Jennifer, if you're here, if you want to go. And then who's the other person? My computer's going to ding. Sorry. I went to, my daughter was really cute. We had one of the things we did was after school, the last day of school, we went over to a play date. She's my friend, my daughter's friend, but I know her through. Hi, Devery. Oh, I'm not down. I'm I'm getting over strep throat and something else. It turned into like some kind of head cold, chesty, whatever. And then I couldn't just rest because moms don't call in sick to work. And so it was like there was a play date where we sat outside and the grass pollen's really high, and then a pool party for Girl Scouts where we sat kind of in the grass and the grass pollen's high. And just that and not feeling being sick just exacerbated everything. So just taking some time to get over it. So I'm a little slower in my energy, but I'm not down. I'm actually happy to be back and see so many people here. So this is really nice that you've all joined. Oh, go ahead and go. Don't wait for Meg. She'll show up when she shows up. If not, I can text her. So my daughter, so we went over to her friend's house and they were playing up in the room and I was outside talking with her mom. And like at a point I kind of came down and they were talking about it, and she was like, Mom, we felt this negative energy in her room. I was like, okay, well, if you want me to clear it later, I will. But she ended up going upstairs and clearing it for her friend. And her friend had always said she felt somebody like touching her on her back and didn't like laying a certain way in her bed because it freaked her out. So Jennifer, you can go ahead and go if you want, since I don't think Meg is here yet. And so then she cleared the energy or whatever. And my littlest one said she could feel the energy too. So anyway, then 2 days later, we picked up her friend again to go with us to this other Girl Scout thing. So then she'd have somebody to run around with. And her friend was like, oh my God, it was the first night I could sleep without like being freaked out. It was so amazing. And my 10-year-old is like, I feel so accomplished. Like I just so cute and witchy. Like I was happy for her too, because sometimes she'll be like, I feel a negative energy. So I like that she's learning she has the power to kind of, be a little witchy too. All right. So go ahead and go ask your question. And here, I'll pin the link to pay if anybody wants to pay. I know. I mean, all of my kids are. So Deb asked if any of my kids will be psychic. All of my kids are, like, they all have. Like, my oldest says, well, I hear spirits all the time and they're just annoying. So she doesn't want to deal with it. But like before I could test for being pregnant with my youngest, my oldest went up to my belly and was like, hello, little baby in there. And she's like, I keep seeing a baby in the office, and the office is now my youngest daughter's bedroom. I use that lightly because she sleeps with my middle daughter every night. But they all are, and they're, their own, they all receive things differently, just like we all do. So, I mean, I encourage them to use it. I think it's fun. And because I think it explains a lot. And then they also will learn to not, if they can read other people's stuff, maybe they don't take it so personally when people are kind of dickheads, for lack of better terms. Okay, 2 questions. I just turned 50 and I feel antsy about a new career, a job, and then one related to a life partner. Anything spirit can. Okay. What do I do with my rock? See, I keep losing it. There we go. For anybody who doesn't know, this is my comfort rock. It's just a smoky quartz I hold in my left hand. So receiving, giving. So your left is always your receiving, your right is always your giving. So if you wear bracelets and you want them for protection, wear them on your left hand. If you want the energy to go out from you, then you wear it on your right. So anytime I'm doing readings, I hold this in my left hand, for if you want to know. So when I'm asking about the love one, because that was the one I was sort of drawn to first, it immediately, when I read it, I felt like I don't know that you'll necessarily get married, but it does feel like having a life partner. It almost feels like there's a lot of shifting on the way people view marriage and being married and the necessity for marriage. And then when I sat on that a little bit more, it felt like I was seeing gears grinding, like or gears moving, not grinding, moving. When they do like movie bits where they show like you seeing a clock and then the camera kind of pans through and goes to the insides of the clock working. So you're not really seeing them. You're seeing them from different angles than just like straight on. So I'm seeing like the teeth in the gears kind of moving together. Like I'm seeing a very macro version of it, like very, very close up. Maybe I want micro. Maybe that's what I want to say. I don't know. No, macro photography is very close up. So part of the problem you're not finding somebody is because you're not really putting yourself out there. So first things first, heads up, everybody. If you want to meet somebody, you have to put yourself out there. Not only just like, but like really energetically be like, all right, universe, I'm ready. However you want me to meet them, let me intuitively follow that. So I say that because like when I wanted to meet, I wanted to get married and all of that stuff. And I was like, well, however I'm going to meet them, just, if it's here on a dating app, if it's Just like have me intuitively take the steps that I need to take. Um, it just feels like really lending yourself to that energy more. But I don't even really feel like you're putting, I feel like you're just like, if you would just show up on my doorstep, that would be grand. Um, um, so I don't know what you said yes, ma'am, to Cindy. Sorry, kind of just opened my eyes on this one. So it just feels like there's an aspect of it. It's not as far out as 2 years. There's something about 1 year, but I don't know that that's when you meet him or, and again, I don't know that I feel marriage so much as I feel like an actual partnership. Um, the idea of somebody who is an authentic person who values you and your thoughts and your brain as much as your time. Do you have a connection to Florida or the Florida? Like I saw an alligator, so that's immediately like made me think of the Florida Gators. So either you do or he will. Shifting perspectives on marriage. Yes. Yes. You still here, Jennifer? Does any of that resonate? You have a sister who lives there. So perhaps you meet him that way through her. But it does feel like energetically it would be important for you to really lend yourself to like, all right, universe, however this needs to happen. Okay. Work. I wish I could say like there's a huge change in work and career coming, but I don't feel that yet. Um, that may be about 3 years down the road, but it doesn't feel like it feels more like the idea if it's really nice and I like to fantasize and think about it, but I'm not there yet to really taking the big plunge. Um, it's interesting because I do feel like whatever you do, I feel like you could retire and then do something else and have like a pension or something. So maybe like, I don't know if you're a teacher, but it's like teachers can retire, receive their pension and go do something else. Are you a teacher? Or do you do something where you could retire and have a pension or have some kind of thing and then also go do something else? You're not a teacher. There's something where I feel like you would get some kind of benefits or something if you left, like retirement deal, and I only think of teacher because that's what it could be, but maybe there's a different part of it. There's an aspect of having something. You could not retire anytime soon, although that sounds there's something where if I leave, I get a little bit of money and I keep receiving money and then I can go do something else. So perhaps what happens down the road is some kind of severance or something comes along with it. I don't know. Just like I said to Ashley the other week, it feels like he's replacing himself. I don't understand this. So it's like there's an aspect of being able to leave, but it feels about 3 years out, getting something from it, and then be able to do something else. But I don't see a big job change for a while. You're freelance right now, so can't even leave anywhere. What? Okay. So it might be something in the interim. So is remember how Ashley's like, I can't see how that would happen. So it's something down the road that maybe in 3 years where something happens. I don't know. I don't understand it, but it's like a shift in 3 years. Um, I don't understand it, but it's just, I can only give you what I get. I don't know. Or maybe you create something, even though you're doing freelance, that you get passive income. So maybe you teach things online, like create courses online where people can learn what you do. They're paying for it. It's like, so you're still getting income from it, but you're not having to do anything for it because you create these courses that they download and watch and learn from. So where you take your knowledge that you've learned and teach others. I don't know. Because they're not showing me. It feels like um, they're not showing me what it is. That's the best way I can say it. It's like I don't see what the next thing is. I don't understand how this works, but they're just saying like it's in like 3 years we see a shift. But there's a feeling of being able to leave like and already getting and still getting something from it. So then what I would recommend for you on an intuitive level is to say, all right, universe, help me come up with an idea to have some passive income. So you create an online, if you want to create an online course or use your knowledge with, and just send that energy out there and the universe will comply. I believe that they do. I don't know. Maybe that's goofiness on my part. Excuse me. Okay. All right. So, Meg, if you're here, Devery, Nicole, any one of you want to jump in? You're very welcome. Thank you for your patience with that. Sorry, I'm not as bubbly, everybody, today. I'm just, I want to be here. I'm excited to be here. I just, I need to put this in Do Not Disturb so that it doesn't keep dinging really loud because who needs to hear that? Devery, I only have you for one question. Can you tell me what your aunt and cousin's names are? Oh wait, why'd you delete yours, Stavry? You're not too late. So my throat is okay, but I had this like cough thing for the week. It's actually a lot better today. That's why I said I would come on. Um, and the grass pollen is not helping me. It's not my friend. Um, so okay, so I think we've got Marianne and Joe. So this is weird. So I just flat out asked, I was like, are they lying? And I feel like I heard yes, but not in the way you think. And then also I keep seeing what looks like I'm standing in a crowd of people, like at a concert. Um, uh, is I don't know what the lie is about, but is it about something with an outing or a crowd of people or something like that? Because I just keep looking as a perspective if I'm standing in a crowd, sea of people, and there's a stage far away. And I also don't get the feeling of it being like malicious reason for lying. The crowd of people makes sense because you're running a workshop. Okay. Can I ask what you think they're lying about? They're not telling me. It's just like, oh, that's a big crowd. You were running a workshop, 25 to 30 people. Okay. What do you feel like they were lying to you about? Or, I mean, I just don't know. Like, I'm curious to see if I get more on it. Like, why would I get it? They were lying, but it wasn't malicious. So I'm going to put it this way. So if they were like, oh, like maybe if they were critiquing or there's something, it's this feeling of like, maybe this isn't their cup of tea. I shared feedback on director of venue with the board of the place and told Hill about the director's poor behavior. She then told the board everything was fine. So it looked like I was lying. Gotcha. Okay. Because I was literally like, oh,